Okay, well, welcome back. We're now going to be going over an interchange run. So last time we had the customs, which is still a great way to make money. But now we're going to be going over interchange, which is arguably one of the best ways to make money in this game at the moment. Just because graphics cards are going for a ton. We're going for, going for 1.7 earlier. Yeah, okay, so we're on 1.7 now. And Tetris I know this isn't a good example of it, but Bitcoins are going for around 830, I think. These are going for inflated prices because why? But Bitcoins are going for around 830K right now, so that is insane. And all of this stuff can be found in Interchange. So starting off the bat, what do you need to bring? First of all, loot. So what I generally like to bring is I usually get a KS-23 shotgun. I bring this because we're not going to be going in kitted. We're not going to be bringing anything insane with us, but we still need to be able to kill the strong players. These shrapnel rounds, I generally bring shrapnel 25. These shrapnel rounds can drop a stacked PMC if you hit them in the legs, and that's what we're looking for because we don't really have time to take battles. We want to get an interchange and get out. Now, so that's the gun we're bringing, and then I generally like to bring a scav backpack. They're going for a little bit more than they're probably worth right now. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I bring a scav backpack, or if I'm going with maybe another person, I'll bring an attack 2 or something. Generally, the more room you have, the more money you'll make, but at the same time, a lot of it's going to be going in our gamma and the important things. So I'll bring that, and then I'll just bring some low tier armor, maybe we can head over to Ragman. Something like this. And I'll just go through and I'll just find something that's like usable. Right here. Not great, but I'll just grab it. I'll repair it, whatever. I'll just toss that on. It's not great, but it's gonna be fine. We're not really looking for it to protect us. Now, we're gonna get I don't have a balaclava. Last thing, I'll just get like a balaclava, and then I definitely recommend bringing a headset because you can hear players from double distance, and it allows you to position yourself as well as possible. So this is generally the only thing I'll bring. I usually don't even wear a helmet because I don't feel like it's worth it in interchange. But yeah, so basically that's all the gear you're gonna need. Now, if we go down to my gamma, you do see I have 2 docks cases, and this says shoreline. We're not going to the shoreline, but so these are both filled with SAS drives, and that's because I'm training for my strength, which is I actually need to add one more into this because now I'm overweight, and I'm just doing that to get my strength up. Oh, just hit level 12 because my strength is super low, and I haven't been doing any of that this wipe. So now I'm just going for that. So that's why I have these in here. And if you have a gamma, I would say also try this. And if you don't, probably isn't worth it because you want to have room for Tetrises or graphics cards or whatever. But yeah, and then also if you notice in here, we have Ultramed and we have the 11 SR key. In my opinion, these are probably the 2 best keys for where we're going. Now, there's also Kiva, which you can definitely buy, but in my opinion, it's not as worth it. And my explanation for that is the way that we're going to be running and making money is through getting in, getting a Tetris and throwing in our gamma, and then either dying or leaving. We're not really looking to wipe through the map and then go to Kiva for extra loot. Now, when I'm going with like a squad, some buddies, I'll generally have Kiba on me, but for just solo runs, or even duos, I usually won't bring Kiba. I'll bring this, which is the underground the underground extract, which you need to go into the Burger King thing to open up, which in my opinion is great. You find a lot of stuff there. I just went in there and found like two Bitcoins on the couch, or a Bitcoin on the couch and a lion or something. And it's great overall, and it's easy extract, and it does cost like I want to say 2.5 million, but it's in my opinion, yeah, 2.5 million. It's worth your life. You get 15 uses, and you'll probably make that back in 1 or 2. Now, the other one is Ultra Medical. This key is on the higher price. Okay, so yeah, 4.6. I bought it when it was a little bit higher, around 5. In my opinion, pretty worth it. I've only used probably like 10 times, and maybe a little bit more. I've already found 4 LEDXs and 2 defibs. I've actually found probably closer to 7 LEDXs, and I've just sold the ones that I've taken out of raid with me. But I'm just saving up the LEDXs and defibs, so whenever I get enough, I can just go down to therapist and get another thick case. So in my opinion, this is really worth it, and it's right next to the loot stores that we're gonna be going to. So yeah, that is pretty much it. And of course, if you want to make more money and you're not looking for strength, I'd take this out and probably just leave this. And if you are super broke and you don't want to spend any money, and don't buy these keys and just take this out, and even if you don't want to bring these extra rounds, all this is just money you're going to be making, which we will go over right when we get in there. So that is pretty much it. I'm going to go over here. We're going to go in Interchange. Now, what time do you want to go in Interchange? Generally, most people like to go during the day for their raids, but Interchange is a mall indoors, so it doesn't matter what time of day you go. Now, if we look at 14, also just a little note, I'll usually insure this shotgun, and that's pretty much it. You most of the time won't get it back, but if you do, it's whatever, and it's only like 5,000 to insure. If you look at 14, all these people are going there. If we back out, and we look at 2, still quite a few, but way less. And the less amount of people that you see there, the better, because you're not looking for PvP, you're looking to get money. So in that instance, we can just go here and we can ready up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. When we get into a match, I'll meet you back. Okay, while our PMC is queuing into a raid, let's talk about what exactly we're looking for when we're going into Interchange. So, if you search up Tarkov Interchange map, probably just even Tarkov Interchange, and click the first link, it should take you to the Tarkov wiki. This place, as we talked about in the last video, is incredibly helpful. It gives you all the information, starting with the boss, Killa. Once again, click on him. Oh, sorry. Just click on him. He gives you more information. And the first thing we're going to be looking at, just because it's first on here, is the extractions. So the main ones that we are looking at are going to be Emercom, Railway exfil, and Safe Room exfil. So starting off with Safe Room, just because it's easy to get out of the way, this is what requires the 11 SR key, or SR11 key. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, it's right here, 11 SR key card. So where you have to go for this one is you have to basically go into the burger spot, as they call it here, flush the toilet, and then you can go down, and right there is the hole in the wall, and then this door should be open. This also requires power, and like I said earlier, this is a good one to have, but not necessary. For many of the runs that I do, I don't do it because I don't like to go all the way up there if I'm not bringing like a good kit or going with a buddy. So if you have it, I would definitely just like learn it. It's super easy. Just memorize the burger place and then memorize where this is, and you can get out with a ton of good loot. The 2 main ones are going to be Railway exfil and Emercom. These are the 2 main ones that we're going to be getting out of. So if you spawn closer to Emercom, your extract is going to be Railway, and if you spawn closer to Railway, your extract is going to be Emercom. So if we come down here. Is this working still? Nope, it's still messed up. Okay, well, since that is still messed up, we can just use this map right here. So if we pull this up, Railway is going to be this one, all the way down here. This is going to be the Railway exfil, and Emercom is going to be directly across from it, all the way down here. So if you're spawning in the front of the map, you're generally going to have your exfil on Emercom. Now, if you're spawning in the backside, you're going to have it on Railway. So this is overall just something that you're going to have to learn, like where they are, and they're super easy. So where we're going, which we'll talk about in a sec, is the Ramusen, Tekle, and Techno, and Ultramedical in that area. So that's about like right here on the map, a little bit down here. So you have 2 options, right? You can go through the hole in the floor, which we'll discuss more about. Go down here, and then there's a place you can come out in the garage here or over here. Just pop out of here, go around the wall, and then extract at Emercom. Or if you have Railway, you can do the same thing, go this way. Or you can go down the escalator right here, and then pop out of the front, and run down to railway. So those are the two main ones. And yeah, so now we're gonna get into exactly what are we looking for in Interchange. Okay, so now we're back into the main area of the wiki. So we're just gonna click this and click it one more time. So the main areas that we're looking for are gonna be three stores. Three stores in one room. So Rasmussen right here. This is a big one, and then coming out of here, going down here into Techno. That's another big one, and then come out of Techno, escalator right here, which takes us over here, which is the second floor. Escalator up will come up this escalator, and right here is TechLight, which is generally regarded as one of the biggest ones. Now, right across from TechLight, we do have Ultra Medical, which should be right here. So we have Rasmussen, Techno, TechLight, and then Ultra Medical, which is the $5 million key that we talked about. So if you have that, I would definitely check that out because it's right next to all these. So all these stores are in like just a couple feet of each other. Although these are on two different things, this is just the second floor. So this is right above this, basically. But yeah, those are the main stores, and that's where you're going to be finding all your PC parts, your CPU fans, your GPUs, the graphics cards, the Tetrises, your phones, and everything that sells for just a ton is what you're going to be finding there. Okay. So if we come back down here now, should just be able to click this again, which is where we went over the extracts, but we're going back to this map. So we now know that what we're looking for is right around here, right in this general area. Is we're gonna have like Rasmussen down here, TechLight a little bit over here, and Techno's right underneath it. So if we're trying to get here, there are a few ways to go about it. One is if you spawn anywhere on this, probably from right here, where I'm hovering my mouse, to like right here, probably. That is where you're gonna be going from the front. So there's two options to go from the front. There's gonna be right in through the main area right here, and right in through the ollie side. All right, and in my runs, I explain more about them, and where exactly these lead you and how to get them. And I know this is kind of hard to grasp from just the picture, but in the runs in a little bit, I should give more detail. Now, if you spawn on this side, all the way on this side, there are different ways to get in. There are entrances in all of these garages, and it's kind of hard to explain, but you just gotta keep running, and then eventually you'll know. It's like, hey, if I spawn over here, I gotta go in, and then I gotta go this way. So the main area over here, I'm gonna run up this escalator or into ollie the escalator, and if I'm over here, I'm gonna be heading for the hole in the floor. And if we back out, all right. So now if we come back here, and we click this again, the hole in the floor. What I mean by that is this area right here. So over here is the side that I said we come in through these escalators right here. But if you're on this side, you go into the garage, and you got to make your way to the hole in the floor. Basically, what this is, it's just this is all underneath. This is the garage. There's a little ramp that takes us up into the main area. So you come up and you go straight into Rasmussen, run through all this, go straight into TechLight, run through all this, up the escalator and right into, or I'm sorry, go into Techno, up the escalator and right into TechLight, and also Ultra Medical if you have that. So that is the general idea of what we're going to be looking for. Those are the three main stores, and in my runs, I should go into more depth about them and like where to loot. So let's get into this. Okay, we are now deploying, and we're gonna see what spawn we get. We talked about like the main spawns, and we can kind of go off a bit. Okay, so this is in the general location of the front of the mall, right? So anyway, from all the way down there to down there is gonna be considered the front of the mall. Now, if you have Ultra Medical, honestly, even if you don't have Ultra Medical, if you spawn on the right side, you want to head to ollie. Now, if you spawn on closer to the left side, head into the Ultra building, go up the stairs we talked about, and then to the right, and you'll hit Rasmussen. But if you have ultra medical, or if you spawn in the ollie side, you want to go over here. Now, I am clicking my extraction button because I'm trying to figure out if the power's on. Now, you can know if the power is on. If you see the safe room exfil, when the power's on, it'll be green. So, and you'll hear buzzers beeping down here. Now, came into the ollie side, and you're already here. We're now at Techno. Now, Ramusen's right over there, and Tech Light is right above us. So I'll just run through here, and I'll loot a little bit. All this stuff is worth like a few K, and I probably shouldn't be grabbing it, but I'm just grabbing it because there is no reason not to. Alright. Check all these loot spawns. Now, if you don't have much, just look, toss this in there, toss this in there, toss this in there. That's like 50K right there, right off the bat. Now, I hear people above me, which is the only reason I'm not going up there. And Ultra Medical is not on. So, if you hear people above you, it's not really necessary to just sprint up there right away. Instead, you can take like a more methodical approach and just wait for everything to die down. Or, you don't even have to go up there at all. It's not necessary to hit every single loot spawn. Like many of these things, like these capitors, is that what they're called? Capacitors are only gonna sell for like a couple K. So nothing crazy, but just taking a bunch of them can stack up. Now you see, we just got a graphics card, so I'll pop this LCD out and I'll pop this graphics card in there. Generally, when you find a graphics card, it's probably time to get going. So now we're at Ramusen. We can go down here. And we just want to run straight. We talked about the two main extracts. Well, the two main ones and then the safe room. Now, once again, just to reiterate it, the safe room exfil is only... Not even going to fire at him. Might even be a scav. I don't really know. The safe room exfil is only available if the power is on. Now, since the power is not on, we can't go to it. So we're gonna go. So we have our other options. The two main ones we talked about, which were, sorry, I'm just looking to make sure this guy doesn't sneak up on me. Which was the Emercom and the Railway exfil. Now, Railway is all the way down there, which I will show you in another example. And Emercom is down on basically over there. So we are heading to that one since we do not have Railway. Now, I feel like we probably should have Railway from where we spawn. Whatever, that's not important. I am going all the way around because I don't want to get killed by that guy. So if we just make it out here. Now, one important thing is if you don't have 200, I believe it's 200 XP or just like a scav kill or something or PMC kill, you have to wait until 10 minutes have passed in the raid. Now, Interchange is a 45-minute raid, so when the timer on the top right hits 35, 00, you're allowed to extract. That's when you're good to go. You go through before then, it's going to count it as a run-through. I'm pretty sure it's 10. It might be 7 because the wiki says 7. I believe it's 10. I would stick with 10 just to make sure because, you know, unless you're like in a super tight position, it is not really going to hurt you to wait an extra couple minutes. So, Emercom is right down there. We're going to sit in this bush for the next basically 5 minutes, and then we're going to extract. So I'm going to cut to that, and when it's close to the time, I will be back. Okay, we are back, and it is about, well, it just hit the mark. I waited a little bit longer because as it was getting close to it, a person ran right by me. I might include it in the video, I might not. But yeah, and I didn't react or anything, and I didn't pop up. I didn't even. I was actually escaped out. I might have been tabbed in. I don't actually know. But I don't want to like untab and then make a loud sound like that and then alert him of my position. So I just stayed here and I let him run by because he wasn't really going to bother me. And now I can move out. So we're going to the extract now. Nembercon's right up here, just at this light you see. And you just want to get inside between this truck, and you are close to this truck, basically. Pop it over here. Can I get over this? I can't. Whatever. I like to just crouch down, maybe crawl under it a little bit, and move about. And we are extracted. So that raid was about a 10-minute raid, but just like that, we just ran in there, made $1.6 million in 11 minutes. Now you replicate that, make it, I don't know, 2-3 times an hour at the bare minimum, easily make upwards of 3 mil. I mean, I've probably made over $10 million an hour doing this. Obviously, that's not going to be consistent. You're not always going to make that. But if you're running in there getting a graphics card, maybe to a Tetris every single time you get in there, it's really not that difficult. Okay, so we have everything, and you kind of just got to know what to sell to. Oop, I don't sell that. Kind of got to know what to sell to the market or what to sell to therapists. So, these are going for so much. Okay. Probably could get a little bit more for him, but I just want to put him pretty cheap just so I can have him sell on camera. Okay. And then we're going to be going, put this up there for 26. Like something like that only sells to therapists for a couple thousand, but if you put it on the market, you can get a little bit more for it. This is something that you do want to put on the market. And everything else, pretty much, these are 20K. Yep. Everything else can just go to therapists. Like the capacitors I said, here, I won't sell one of them. How much do they sell for? They sell for like, yeah, 9K. So you can sell them to therapist, on the flea market. I'm just pretty lazy and I'm not going to. But yeah, that's definitely an option. So get all this back. Toss that. What is that? 1.5, almost $1.8 million in 10 minutes. And if you can run in there, and I think that scav we saw right before we, does that make it? That scav, I'm pretty sure that was a scav, or if it was a PMC. This shotgun has range, and if you can just shoot that guy in the legs, you kill him. You can just go straight for the extraction. So no problems there. Shoot, sorry, audio cut out for a second. But yeah, just reiterating what I was saying. If you can just pop a scav or a PMC in the legs with this shotgun, you can extract immediately, and you don't have to wait the 10 minutes. That could have been a 2-3 minute raid where we make $1.5 million, 1.8 actually I think it was. You do that, you can easily make 10 mil an hour doing stuff like this. Now, if you're doing these consistently, just keep a lookout for your food and water if you're gonna be running outside. But yeah, we are good to go again. Perfectly fine. And ready to pop back into another interchange run. Once again, 16. All these players. Pop out, we go to 4. Not as many. So we're going to queue in, and we'll see what spawn we get, and we'll tackle it from there. Okay, we're going to be loading in right about now. We're going to see which spawn we get, and we can go off of that. Okay. So this is one of the spots we talked about, and this is generally a pretty good spawn. So for this, you just got to run inside, and it's gonna be to your right. Is gonna be the hole in the wall. And this is just something that you have to learn over time. It's not something that is going to be natural. You gotta learn the routes, and over a few runs, you'll be able to kind of figure out exactly where to go. But yeah, so this is a good spawn. So we got the hole in the wall right here. We see a person up here. We're gonna try and kill him. And we got him. And now we can take all this stuff. And this is generally the reason why you want to bring in this shotgun. I'm gonna drop this. Perfect, Salewa. That's exactly what we needed. That's generally why you want to bring this shotgun. It doesn't take too much to kill them with. And it is a good... I can't put that on there. Okay, cool. Pop that up there. I'm actually just gonna drop this because I don't have room for any extra weight. Perfect. So now he's dealt with, and we can run up here. And we're dead. Okay, we spawned in, and we have the ollie spawn. So this is kind of like what I was talking about, where we have our front spawn and our back spawn and then our side spawns. So this is gonna be an ollie spawn, where it's basically it's gonna be on the side. So if you're looking at at interchange from the front, it's gonna be on the right side. Now you have two options. You go over there, and you can find the hole. You can find the hole in the floor, and you can run up that, or you can just go right in here. Now this is similar to the last run that we just did, and we can locate Ultra Medical and up there. Now once again, like we talked about, when you get your extractions, now you can see that the safe from exfil is glowing green. So that's how we know that it is in fact going to be open. We run down here. What I generally like to do is I'll run through here, and I'll take everything that we can see really quick. I am hearing people. Don't know exactly where. I do find that I quite frequently find Tetrises in this room. Not always. Now, we're going to run up here. And I personally will loot Ultra Medical first. That's because I want to find a LEDX and I want to find... I want to find defibs. If you don't, and you don't have this key, run in Tech Light, right over there. Go in that place first. And grab anything you see in there. Perfect. Huh. Okay. Didn't get a LEDX, which kind of sucks. But it's fine. So now we're going to run in here. We're going to see what we can get. There's a graphics card, and pop those out of there. Okay. And I'm going to run through everything a little bit quicker than I normally would. Another one right there. I'll take this out and just pop that in there. And that's good. So now we're gonna get out. We're gonna go all the way over here, and we have railway, which in my opinion is a little bit better. So we run all the way down here. Avoid the fighting that you can hear to my right, and we're gonna see this escalator. Go to the back over here. Be mindful, a scab usually spawns over here, so just be careful. You might just... Yep. That's funny. You know what? I'm not even gonna fight him. Not worth it. And you send it straight down this escalator. Now, like we talked about, actually, did I? I don't know. No, yeah. So, like we talked about, an SJ6, you should still have stamina for it. So, it's definitely a good idea to bring an SJ6 if you're weak, because it'll get you all the way to the extract. So, like we said, if we're looking at Ultra Medical, I apologize. If we're looking at the front of Ultra, Emercon is down that way. railway is the opposite. It's going to be in this corner of the map. So we can start making our way to that. Jump over here. No. So based off this example, we kind of know two things from it. You don't always have to loot every tech store. We didn't even go in Rasmussen, and we quickly looted Tech Light and Techno, which is also the second point. If you get a graphics card, forget it. If you get a graphics card, because if you get a Tetris, it doesn't really matter if you get out or not. If you get a graphics card or something like that, and something that you want to get out of raid, you don't need to loot everything else. Like, Rasmussen was not looted, or it might have been looted. I did not go loot Rasmussen because there was fighting down there, and I did not want to get myself entangled in that fighting. And instead, I just extracted, or I'm now going to the extract. So, you know, okay. We loot. I don't know if we got enough looting XP for it to be counted as not a run through. So, I am going to... Some grenades behind me. I'm going to hide right here. I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to sit right here. This is risky. It is right next to the extract. Every single time I've done this, and I go here every single time I am at Railway and I do not have enough XP or time, I have not died here once. Now that I'm saying this, I probably will die this time. But every single time I've been here, I have not died. So this place and the bush over by Emercon are the two places I sit while I wait. So, let me just fix this inventory. That is pretty much it. I'm going to sit here for the next 38 minutes. Nah, I'm not going to be sitting here for the next 38 minutes. I'm going to be sitting here for the next three or 4 minutes, and I will meet back when I am finished. So, hopefully I don't die. Okay, we are back. It is a little bit past the time. I got a tad bit distracted, but yeah, so it's past the time now, and we can just run in here, and we're good. Now I'm gonna run back and forth, make sure I don't get sniped or anything, and that's gonna be the end of it. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted, but even that, what was it, like at 5 minutes I sat there. I don't even know if anyone came by. I wasn't actually at my computer, but I didn't get killed. I'm assuming maybe one person came by at least to extract, and no one saw me. Because just like you saw then, I'm not really looking for people to kill. I'm trying to get out when I'm extracting. I don't care if anyone's over there. So, most people aren't going to shoot you. Even if they see you right when they're extracting. I don't know. Most people wouldn't risk, like if they have a graphics card or something. I don't know. Okay. So, let's pop everything out of here. So once again, you just gotta know what to sell. These CPU fans are crazy because I undercut the price because I don't really care. That's selling it for super cheap. As you just saw, I'm gonna toss this in there with my other ones. As you saw, the last run I did, I think I sold a CPU fan for around. I sold a CPU fan for like 30K or something, and now they're going for 50K. So they definitely fluctuate in price quite a bit. I'm just gonna add those two. Hopefully it doesn't go down too much. Sweet, so yeah, they should be sold. And then I'll just sell this, and I'll sell everything else to therapists. Yep, I took these out again. Okay. Perfect, everything's sold from my flea, and we can check this. That was another, what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so, 3.4 mil. A 3.4 mil raid in, 10 minutes? I mean, I know I stayed there for a little extra, but it was essentially 10 minutes. That is the reason why I can make over 10 mil an hour. It's super easy. Okay, that is pretty much gonna be it. Just wanted to show you a simple way to make money on Interchange. This can easily net you over 10 mil an hour, especially if you're going in there being productive, maybe even getting a scav kill on the way out. Easily 10 mil an hour. Just made upwards closer to $4 million, or what was it, $3 to $4 million in one raid. That took 10 minutes. So with the in-between time, you should be able to make, like, I don't know, at least 15 mil an hour if you get raids like that. And quite frankly, I do. I just did 2 raids in a row, and I got a graphics card and then 2 graphics cards. Not to mention a defib, which also sells for an extra 300k. So, excuse me, an extra 300k. So that's just something else. And when you go into the ultra medical, likely gonna find a LEDX, which if you get out, you can sell on a raid. That's an extra million. What are they going for? I think $1 million right now. Yep. So an extra, dude, undercut the price pretty heavily. But yeah, an extra $1 million right there. So easily could have been, 4 or 5 mil raid. So just doing stuff like that is gonna get you money. I hope you enjoyed this video, and honestly, it would be great if you guys could subscribe and leave a like, because I have a ton more ideas to make guides and loot runs and just other general things about the game. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and see you next time.